Well, how are you doing today, folks? Today we're going to talk about the game of life. But first, I'm going to tell you about it using an analogy, the analogy of football. You know, we learn from our children just as much as our children learn from us. And I have a nephew named Marky, and I can tell you, this little guy, he really taught me a lesson because he was asking me about his role in football. And so it made me think about my role in life. You see, I was teaching him, but at the same time, he was teaching me. So I'm going to share something with you. So I was blessed by my sister with a bunch of colored pens and a drawing board here. And so I'm going to share some of my thoughts with you about your role in life and your role as a team member, because no man is an island, and that's a fact. You see, in the game of football, if I drew a football right here, and no, I'm not an artist, but it looks like a football to me. In the game of life here, I want you to know that the game of life is the equivalent of the football. But the football has a lot of support members to support this so-called game of football. The first thing that you might have, of course, is your team. Well, you got a team with a whole lot of members on the team, and all of these members are important. Some people say the quarterback, that's the QB. I don't know if you can see that, but some people say the quarterback is the most important member of the team. Is that true? Well, let's see. If we realize that the quarterback has to be supported by each one of these members, we realize very quickly that the quarterback, he can't operate alone either. And that's a fact. The team itself, though, has a coach. In fact, professional teams have all types of assistant coaches to help him. All of these assistant coaches have different levels of responsibility, but they support the team along with the main coach, the head coach. But that's not all. What about the management? The management, I don't even know if that's correct spelling, but I can tell you that a team has to have a management. And there's a lot of roles that you can play on a management team. You might be the person to take care of the clothing. You might, and the uniforms. You might be the person to take care. Shut that kid up. you might be the person that takes care of the scheduling with other teams, or the scheduling for the transportation. You might be any of those roles, but the management has to support the team also. Now, that's not all. I got to tell you something. I was in the game of football too. All 4 years of high school and all 4 years of college, I went out for the team. I got rejected 8 times in a row. 8 times in a row. But I knew I wanted to be part of the team. I wanted to be part of that team. And the best thing that I knew to do was to use what talent that I had. I was in the band. So I played in the band. What role does the band play? Well, the band plays a role also in the game of football, because the band has to charge up the audience and perform during halftime. And I remember I was on the 50-yard line there with my piccolo cutting right through the band at Northern Illinois University. And all of a sudden, I looked down and I was on the 50-yard line. Oh my God, that meant I was part of the game. And I felt just as important as anybody else on the field that wore a uniform with a number on it. You see, I knew my role. But that's not all. There are many other ways that you could. What about being a ref? Could you make a contribution as a ref to the game of football by learning the different rules? You sure can. That's a fact. What about if you like medicine? You like helping people. Well, if somebody got hurt, the medical team has to support the game of football also. You can be a person that just knows first aid. That's important. The water boy even is just as important as anyone else in the game because they have to provide refreshments and Gatorade and water for the players while they're playing. So who's more important? You keep asking that question all through this presentation. The next thing that I want you to know is that there are people that serve food and drinks. They feed the football players. They also feed the audience. They're the guys and the girls that sell the hot dogs and beer and pop and cotton candy to support the game while it's going on. Aren't they just as important to the game? Yes, they are. There are people that do promotions, and the promo can be a whole lot of things. It can be made up of people that do t-shirts and hats. They support the promo team. The people that do radio and TV, don't they support the promotion team? What about the people that sell the tickets? And on and on. All of these people are part of the promotion team that support the game of football. Now, we always love to see the support teams. One of the best support teams that we have in most sports are somebody called cheerleaders. And the cheerleaders have a very important role also. To play the game, you have to have many different people that could help. And each one of these has subgroups, of course, that can help that group that helps the game of football. In life, it works the same way. Who's on your team? I want you to do something. I'm going to commission you right now. The book is free. It's called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. In chapter 9, he talks about the Mastermind Alliance. You should read that over and over. You can get it as an audio file. You can listen to it over and over, and it will show you how to gather up the people in your life that can help you with your main goal. It doesn't have to be football, of course not. Your main goal may be a variety of other things, but there's a team that you need to form of like-minded people that can help you do this. Now, to achieve your goal, you have to also remember to eliminate the toxic people in your life. Sometimes it's our brothers, our sisters, sometimes it's our good friends. They give us well-meaning but totally off-based criticisms. They don't know because they're too close in the picture. You have to take their advice with a drop of caution. That's what I want to tell you. You want to listen to them, of course. They're the closest people to you, but you got to be very cautious because toxic people in your life will tell you that you can't do it. The worst person in the world is that person in the mirror. That's the person that talks you out of your greatness all the time. So you don't have to be on the team with the uniform. You don't have to be the one with the number on your chest. You don't have to be the one on television. What you need to do, and zoom into this, what you need to be able to do is to focus on what is your role in life. I can tell you, you can get anything that you want out of life if you help as many other people get the things that they want. That was paraphrasing from Zig Ziglar. This is Captain Mark signing out. I think I'll go watch some football.